Liverpool robbed Chelsea, taking away one of the most promising young footballers in England. Now, Inside Football will reveal who Rio Ngumoha is, why the Reds put up a real fight for him, and what kind of monster this kid will be in a few years. Let's go! Rio Ngumoha is a 15-year-old born in London who spent his entire football life at the Chelsea Academy before moving to Liverpool. In addition to English citizenship, Rio also has a Nigerian passport, as his ancestors come from this African country. Ngumoha is an attacking player who mostly plays on the left wing, although he has experience in any position up front. We will talk in detail about the strongest qualities of this prodigy in one of the next sections of this video. If you look at Rio's achievements at the young age of 15, it immediately becomes clear that he is a special player. Here is the first fact. At the end of last year, the winger made his debut for Chelsea U18. Moreover, the boy was brought in to play with 2-3 years older opponents, not in some ordinary match. The Blues were losing to Southampton 1-2 when Rio came on in the 86th minute of the match. In the 91st minute, he equalized, and in the 99th minute, he assisted his partner, bringing a fantastic victory to his team. What a debut! His performance turned the game upside down. Like this video if you're only now discovering this young footballer. In January 2024, Ngumoha earned his Chelsea U21 debut. In fact, he went out to play against grown men as a teenager. Obviously, the club were aware of the huge potential this kid had and were not going to lose the boy. However, Rio decided to leave his native club and move to Liverpool. The fact that many top clubs wanted to bring this youngster should not surprise anyone, given the rapid progress of this player. In addition to the Merseysiders, Manchester United in particular were interested in Ngumoha. Nevertheless, Rio chose Liverpool, and there are many reasons for this. When you are 15 years old, living in London all your life, and playing in the academy of one of the biggest clubs in England, there must be some strong reasons to leave it all behind and move somewhere else. Obviously, for Rio and his parents, the decision to join Liverpool was not an easy one, but it was worth making. The number one reason why young super talents are choosing the Reds more and more often is very simple. At Anfield, they trust academy players and constantly give them chances in the first team. Very few top clubs in the Premier League rely on young players, risking results and big money. But Liverpool are different. They show the youngsters, not in words but in deeds, that if they work hard and give their best, they will definitely have a chance to play in front of the packed Anfield stands. The list of players who've progressed through Liverpool's academy and become part of the first team in recent years is impressive. We are not just talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold, Harvey Elliott, and Curtis Jones, who everyone knows. We also include Kevin Gallagher, Jarell Quansah, and Connor Bradley. All of them are not just extras, but really important players in today's Liverpool. In addition to them, Stefan Bajcetic, Jayden Danns, Bobby Clark, Trey Nyoni, Lewis Kumas, Ben Doak, and James McConnell had minutes last season. That is, a total of 13 players of Liverpool's first team are graduates of the Reds Academy. This is a staggering figure for a top club. Perhaps the only one who can claim this as well is Barcelona. At Chelsea, however, the chances of playing in the first team for academy players are rather slim. In recent seasons, only Levi Colwill has been able to do so. Of course, Reece James and Conor Gallagher can also be considered first-teamers, but their debuts were quite a while ago. Since then, the record for the club's graduates has been very disappointing. So when Rio sees that Chelsea solve their problems every year by spending hundreds of millions on buying new players rather than developing young talent, it demotivates. Even now, the competition in the wings of the Blues is insane. Sterling, Mudryk, Palmer, Madueke, and Kunku can also play there, and the club continues to buy attackers. In particular, Messinho and Kendry Paez were signed for a lot of money. On the other hand, Ngumoha looks at Liverpool, where Jarell Quansah shone at the Premier League level, how Jayden Danns and Bobby Clark played and won the League Cup final, how Connor Bradley replaced the injured Trent and became a starter for the Northern Ireland national team. Of course, all of this inspired the young footballer and encouraged him to move to Merseyside at the age of 15. And now let's see what Liverpool competed so hard for with Manchester United and other top clubs. The first thing that strikes you when you watch Rio play is his speed. Or rather, not just his speed, but his explosiveness. This guy is able to start so fast that he can leave his opponent far behind in the first second of the race. He also has a very interesting and unusual dribbling style. Ngumoha has a broad step, but at the same time, controls the ball quite accurately. In addition, he is very aggressive and is not afraid to attack several opponents at the same time. These skills combine to make him a unique winger. Here is a piece of interesting stats from Ngumoha's performances for the England U16 team. He averaged 12.91 dribbles per 90 minutes with a 63.6% success rate. That is, 2 out of 3 dribbling attempts are successful. If he carries this stat over to professional football, it'll be an indicator of some of the best dribblers in the world. Sometimes Rio keeps the ball too long. This is a flaw that needs to be eliminated. Although, it's understandable. When you're a gifted player and know how to beat your opponents one after another, you want to do it more and more. In senior football, this will not always work. Rio is a right-footed forward who plays in the left wing, which means you expect him to frequently shift to the center and then attempt a shot. He does indeed do this, but he also very often chooses to maneuver towards the goal line, which confuses the opponents. His weak left foot is actually not that weak. His long-range shot is also worth noting. Ngumoha has already scored several beautiful goals from outside the penalty area. However, his consistency and accuracy need to be improved. As for goals and assists, his stats for the England U16 team are also indicative. He has 0.84, that is almost 1 goal contribution per 90 minutes. In general, Liverpool got a real diamond in their ranks. Rio already has experience playing against opponents who are 5 years older than him, and his potential is unlimited. Fabrizio Romano reported that Liverpool would break the academy wage structure to sign Ngumoha. The Reds have a rule that academy players cannot receive more than £50,000 per year. This helps the youngsters stay grounded and think only about football, not about luxury cars and entertainment. However, Liverpool Echo journalist Paul Gorst, who focuses on Liverpool, denied this information. Here's what he wrote about Rio's transfer. Liverpool believe they have signed one of the best teenagers in England with their capture of Rio and Ngumoha from an angry Chelsea. Claims they have smashed the wage structure to land 15-year-old have been rubbished, and U18's role will await to begin with. From this quote, we can understand that the Reds did not break any wage structure for Ngumoha. They were able to sign the youngster without it. The reputation of Liverpool's academy has started to work for itself, with talent from all over England wanting to move to Merseyside because there are real chances to make it big. Over the past month, Liverpool managed to sign not only Rio. The club also welcomed 16-year-old Alvin Ayman from Wolves. The Reds are looking to the future and planning for the long term, gathering a young dream team in their squad. This strategy has almost no risks. In case of a hit, the club gets a top player for almost nothing. And if the player fails, he will still have homegrown status and the club will be able to make good money on him. As for Ngumoha, the primary plan for him is to work with the U18s with the prospect of a quick promotion to the U21s. Now, it all depends on him. Friends, write in the comments your impressions of Rio and whether you believe in his bright future at Anfield. Be sure to watch our other videos and subscribe to Inside Football as we watch our favorite game from a different angle. Have a nice one and see you in a bit!